Hello, this is Dr. Jewel Williams, owner of Tri Production Publishing Company, here with for today's writing tip. Now, we did our first tip last week was in our smart choice was specific and simple, and today we are on M, measurable and meaningful. So you can create some steps that can be measured for when they are completed. So what are some of the things that you can do to make sure that you're setting some goals that are measurable and meaningful? The first thing you can do is schedule your writing. And in several of my tips, you will continually hear me really telling you this over and over again. It's important for you to look at your writing and to make it a priority. So one goal is to set a time to write a certain amount of pages, either each day, each week, each month, but set a goal of how many pages you want to write. And what happens is I don't stop writing until I have accomplished those pages. So if I want to write 10 pages, I'm going to write and continually write until those pages are completed. Additionally, you want to make sure what you're writing is meaningful. For example, you can meet your goal of writing the 10 pages of the story, but you want to also find out or make sure that while this is measurable, because you've accomplished this, you've written these 10 pages, does the writing add meaning? What you've written, does it add meaning to your project? So when I use the word meaningful, I'm speaking about what value does the action or the words add to what you've written and your work and your process. And so do the pages you write lead you closer to the book you want to complete? So in other words, are you writing the words that are going to bring your project to completion, or are you writing words and going off in another direction, off track? So you want to make sure that the words that you're writing and what you're writing is adding the meaning and is meaningful to what you're trying to do. The next point is edit for clarity. If you have heard me before, I always say write first and then edit later. And if you've met the goal of getting your work down on paper within the time limits that you set, then my suggestion is, if you can, take a few days or take some time, hours, whatever, and step away from the writing. And then come back to it when you're clear, you have a fresh head. And you want to find out, did you present the message that you desired or what you wanted to be written? Did you reach your goal both in making sure that you've got the amount of work accomplished as well as making sure it adds value to your story? So those are the two things you want to make sure that when you're editing your work, did you reach your goals, but also did it really add value to what you were saying? And if not, it's time to rewrite. In fact, don't see rewrites as something bad. You may have to do several rewrites until the message is as clearly presented as you desire. So edit for clarity. And then the next point I have is reevaluate. As you read, be ready to readjust or reevaluate your work. You are always checking to make sure your work is staying true to your purpose. If your message has ventured off, find out why. Maybe what you're writing isn't really where your heart is. Maybe you're venturing to where you need to be, so you need to go back and make that shift. And it's okay to shift your work when you reevaluate. Is this what I really wanted to write? After you've done the research, is this really bringing the message that I want? So it's always this process of really looking at and determining, is your work going in the direction you want? Maybe this new angle is really what you need to be writing about. So continue to measure what you're writing to ensure that it's meaningful to you, but not only meaningful to your audience, but if what you're writing isn't really touching your heart or meaningful to you, then it's not really going to your readers are not going to find it or feel the heart of it either, because you haven't put your heart in it. And so again, today's tip is about making sure you make smart choices, and today's smart choices, making sure your writing is measurable and meaningful. And the ways that you can do that is schedule your writing. Make sure you do that and that you're accomplishing those goals. And if you need to adjust, then you adjust. And as I said before, write first, and then you do the step 2, which is to edit for clarity. Make sure that what you wrote is what you meant to say, that it's clear, but that also it's staying in the place of bringing the meaningful information that you wanted. And then that third point is be ready to reevaluate. Did I stay true to where I initially started, or do I need to go in another direction? If you need a coach, or if you're ready to write your book, you can reach Tri-Production Publishing Incorporated, so we're ready to help you win in publishing. For more details, you can go to our website, publishthevision.com, or you can email me for details at drjewelwilliams@publishthevision.com. And until next time, continue to write it.